J-Man. I am Jason, defender of geekdom. My true calling in life was revealed to me the day I had discovered YouTube. I have the power! I became J-Man, the most powerful geek in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. My friends Steven, Owen, and Shaun. Together, we defend geekdom from the evil forces of social media. J-Man.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Phantom Zone. It's a very sad day here at the J-Man household. Our favorite person, Becky Lynch, has been injured. She will not be appearing at the Raw that Steven and I are going to. You can see the suicide attempts. Steve has talked me out of it. He's assured me that, other trash characters will be there. But we'll see. Before I contemplate suicide again, let's bring in Steve to make sure I don't. Hello.
Don't do it, J-Man. I know.
Oh my God.
I know. Like, I'll tell you a sports story. I went to a Toronto Blue Jays game in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I sat down, and the only good player on the Blue Jays at this time was Roberto Alomar, who is now in the Hall of Fame. I sat my ass down, and they announced the lineup, and Roberto Alomar was not in the lineup. And the lady behind me who was there, she's like, Alomar's not in the lineup? That's it, I'm leaving. And I think she actually got up and
she got up and left?
No, they didn't let her leave.
Oh, okay.
But like, this is the terrible thing with people who do physical things live and all this sporting events, because wrestling is still a sport. It's trash, man. You go and buy tickets to a Laker game. I'm going to see LeBron. Oh, he's not here. He's sitting.
And then you're
It sucks.
It sucks. So, I mean, look, okay, Bianca's going to be, okay, well, I'll go through my, I had a rough weekend in the sense that I was on such a high and then it went to such a low, and it's crazy. So, a couple of quick, just show updates. So, tomorrow, Steve, you're on there too, I think tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, Steven and I are going to be on the Action Elite talking about the Running Man. That'll be on Owen's channel. So the link to his channel and his website, the Action Elite, is in the description of this video and all other videos that I post, as well as Steven's authors page for his books. He's got an upcoming book, so you guys can check that out. It's all in the links below. So that's tomorrow. Thursday, I think Shaun and I are going to be back in the Phantom Zone talking about 90s comics. We're going to do the releases of 1990 December. So, wow, we're almost going to be into 1991.
And that's with you guys taking every other week to look at a specific thing.
Yeah, sometimes we don't always do the month, right? So it's pretty good. So that's cool. And then last night I was on Clobberin Times discussing Batman issue number 321. That went really well. I'm already going to be back probably in a couple of weeks. And then I've already got another one scheduled in September where we're going to talk about DC Presents, which is my favorite comic series. So that's going to be awesome. So we got a lot going on. we'll see. Hopefully everybody's there. We're going to talk about, and Saturday we're back in the Phantom Zone. We're going to talk about everything that's come up, which is one, the cancellation of the Batgirl movie, which is like fail city. I mean, I can't believe it. Like, put a stop to it. So
stop. Let's put double C.
Double C. I'm very sad, as you know. Becky Lynch is not going to be at our show. I'm very upset. She's injured. This sucks. We're going to talk about it. We're going to cry about it. We're gonna, you know, they say you'll laugh, you'll cry. It's like, no, you'll just cry.
Well, at least this, J-Man, at least we didn't spend $70 million on a movie we're not going to release.
That is true. That is true. The executives during the Batgirl release. Don't release it. I can't believe it. I just got that news before I started the stream. This is outrageous. There's not going to be. So they spent $70 million on Batgirl, and they're not going to release it. It's going to go in. It's going to be buried next to the ET cartridge, the Atari ET cartridge.
How in today's day and age does this happen? Like, I'm trying. I mean, we'll talk about it Saturday, but I'm still. We asked that Double C. Why not? Just, why not cancel Black Adam while you're at it? Cancel it all.
Well, it's tiresome too. DC is in shambles. They need to have I need to take over. I've decided that I need to take over DC. I need to take over all their properties. Firstly, I wouldn't cancel The Flash. I would literally retool that show because I like Grant Gustin, and I could literally get rid of some characters that are crappy and I can turn that show around. I'm the only man that can do it. And I can turn DC around as well. Let's get back to basics. Let's have the heroes first. Let's put the characters first. We'll talk about this on Saturday, so I don't want to get too much into it. But I would bring Henry Cavill back, put him in the Superman tights, the goddamn Christopher Reeve costume with Henry Cavill's physique. The guy's built like crazy. He's super muscular. Show it off. Let's show off the muscles that you built. You know what I mean? Stop having this armor. It's like you're Superman. Let's see your physique. I want people to see it. I want like boys and girls or whoever to look up and say, wow, this guy is a specimen. He's someone that we should look up to. I like these kind of, like Bobby. We like wrestling. You want to see good physiques.
It's spectacle.
It's spectacle.
It's spectacle. It's any movie, television, wrestling, sports, blah blah blah. It's entertainment is meant to be spectacle first and foremost in my mind. If you're not there for spectacle, then what you better provide me is the goddamn greatest whatever you're trying to do.
Right. And that's just not going to happen.
No.
Not with any of these properties.
No.
And you know what's funny too? We'll talk, this will be my last point. With what's-her-face, Jane Foster, who I actually thought was good. She was like probably the best thing in that movie for me.
Yeah.
But she didn't work out at all.
Nope.
Right? They saw the dots, right? So they CGI'd her muscles. So Chris Hemsworth has to work out, but she doesn't. So see, Look at this bullshit. Then you look at the ladies down here. Look at Bianca, who's right here, right? She is working out all the time, bench pressing, doing, and I saw Becky's workout on one of her social, on Instagram or something. They're working out like crazy. Charlotte too. All these women are working out like crazy. Rhea Ripley, Raquel on the end here. They're working out like crazy to build up their strength and body so they look good, right? And it's like, oh, well, nobody else has to do that. Like, what happened to be the character? Like, that's the thing. And it's important. You can now there's some wrestlers, and this is true for all, even for the men's division, some of them can look more average looking, like, or even Yokozuna, who is like a really big guy, but that fit his character. And somebody like, okay, like who's like Dewdrop. Okay, well that fits Dewdrop's character. That's who she is or whatever. And she can work with her body type. and that's fine. But she's like, it's like, I'm tired of this. Like, oh, I just got to show up and they'll CGI me. No, you can't do it in wrestling. So it's like, you got to work out. And I'm not even saying like Natalie Portman had to be like a muscular woman, but how come every other man has to work out? They told Schwarzenegger, I don't know if you even know this, Steve, in Conan the Destroyer, it was the comic book guys that took over. They told Schwarzenegger, oh, you gotta get a better physique, because Conan the Barbarian is my favorite movie. They said that he wasn't naked enough, and he's not. He does wear a lot of clothing in Conan the Barbarian. If you actually pay attention to all the scenes, he's got like, and they're like, no, Conan needs to be more bare chested, and we need to see his legs more. So they stripped him down for Conan the Destroyer a bit more, because that is the character in the comics. Like, he never wore stuff, right? And they're like, you got to look better. Can you imagine go to Schwarzenegger, Mr. Olympia 6 or 7 times? And to even go into Olympia, you have to win Mr. Universe. So it's all the Mr. Universes. So he won Mr. Universe a bunch of times. Then he won Mr. Olympia a bunch of times, 7-time Olympia. And it's like, oh, you got to look better. This is friggin' the old school days of filmmaking. It's like, no, you're not cutting it. When someone's telling Schwarzenegger you don't look good enough for, it's like, you're like, whoa, who are you? I'm literally Mr. Olympia. I'm literally the most perfect male specimen on earth, because Olympia is worldwide. Not, I'm the best looking guy in New York City. Right. I'm the best guy on the planet. And they're saying, right, you're not good enough. That's old school. And I posted that picture of Christopher Reeve working out. And Henry Cavill's working out. Why don't we show these guys off? Anyways, we'll talk about this on Saturday, because I need to mull this over a little bit as well. But I have to say that we're going to talk about SummerSlam, man. I'm pre-ordering that sucker. It's coming out late August on DVD. So I'm ordering it, because I thought it was friggin' outrageous, but we'll talk about it. Okay, so let's talk about SmackDown July 29th. This is leading into SummerSlam. I'm very happy with, they had Shaun C versus Alia.
Lacey Evans was not medically cleared to wrestle.
What happened there? Do you know?
I'm assuming either negative COVID or minor injury.
Because, I mean, injury on what? She hasn't done anything unless she's working out. And
probably working out or something. But I just assume negative COVID test.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too, because I saw photos I follow her on Instagram, and on her Instagram, she's like with her husband and kids, like on the beach and stuff, right? And you're like, this doesn't look like it's an injury.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess it was a COVID thing. Yeah, Lacey wasn't cleared. So that sucks. They're literally leading up to this. So we got Shaun C versus Alia. I'm glad Shaun C won, because we need to help her out a little bit.
Well, they finally showed her finisher properly, because the first time I saw it, it was like they do these weird zoom ins. I'm like, what's the move you just did? Like, I can't see it. So they did the Never Wake Up DDT, and I'm like, oh, that's why it's special, because I just saw DDT. I'm like,
I still don't get. I still like. What is it like? How does it work? Is that like what was her finisher again? Explain it. Can you explain it?
She picks her up, but she also hooks the leg, so it's almost like a fisherman DDT.
I got you.
And then
DDTs instead. Her. Okay. Yeah. So I actually like that better.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what the. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I have a bad memory. Okay. So that's what happened. Yeah. All right. I like that. I actually like that move better.
Yeah.
Sonya Deville, she's like, oh, after last week, bullshit it was and all that. Then Ronda comes out, and I mean, I don't even know what this was. Ronda just came out and made her tap, and it's just like,
well, Ronda got pissed off.
She's just pissed off now. Like, is this going to be her heel turn or what?
She got pissed off because they were in her face and saying, oh, you're not whatever. And I guess she just had enough, and she went out to the ring and she kicked Shotzi out.
Right.
And then we decided to have that impromptu tag team. And the story they were telling was that Liv, even though she should be tagging out, wasn't tagging out because she wanted to prove she could do it. She wanted to prove that she was as good as Ronda, which was actually telling a story in the match is novel, because you don't see it with WWE too often anymore.
Yeah.
And then what's her name? Ronda won.
Yeah, so there's not okay. So basically, it was Natalia,
Mhm.
Sonya, Liv, Ronda. Everyone was. It was just like a fucking free for all.
Yeah.
So then there was like this tag match, and Liv didn't want to tag Ronda, and that was
Right.
the story. I really liked, as you just said, there's a story that I can follow, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I see what's happening, right? And I liked that, you know. And then basically, she didn't tag in, and then Sonya Deville ended up tapping out on that one, right?
Yeah.
And then Ronda kind of just went. Did she go crazy, or is that later?
That was at
Oh, no,
SummerSlam.
that was at SummerSlam. Okay, it's all starting to. I got so many notes here. It's like literally,
yeah.
August 22nd. Justin, buddy, thank you for showing up, man. I'm so upset. Becky's not going to be there on the 22nd. I'm so upset. It's like she's not going to be.
She took the glam slam wrong.
Yeah, I wanted Cody, Liv, Becky. I'm like, you know what? The whole entire roster can cancel as long as Becky Lynch shows up. I'm like, this will be the best Raw ever. And she didn't show up. But we're going to talk about my emotional state on this weekend because a lot happened. Okay. Anyways, so I liked that. So what did you think? Did you like that then?
I liked it. It was if you're going to tell this story, it's the best they could have done with it.
Right.
Overall, I was happy with how they pulled it off and Liv. You know, that is her character, to never say die. I do belong here sort of character, which has made her so endearing and over with the fans. You know, Ronda could have gone crazy on her, and I thought she would at one point, but she didn't. And I'm like, oh, okay, so this is going to be a proper rivalry. So, okay, cool. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah. That brings us into SummerSlam. Now, is this the first Triple H like booking or I don't know, like, so I mean, like, okay, because I'm watching this and I was like, holy shit, I liked pretty much everything that happened.
Yeah, because everything was done with a purpose for once, instead of just random shit going on where you're like, okay, what did I just watch? Like, everything was built towards the story, which is exactly what you're there for. You know, and Triple H is sorry, not sorry. He's the guy who should be running this, and he's showing it now, because even with what didn't happen. So Seth Rollins was going to fight Riddle. That was pulled because of Riddle's injury, which he's not hurt.
Right.
But Triple H was like, Seth Rollins is hot. I don't want him to lose. Riddle is hot. He's over, super popular. I don't want him to lose. So instead of having a bullshit ending where they double count out or something, we'll give Riddle an injury and then pull it and redo it and do it when it makes sense, when we're ready to tell a proper story. And I'm like,
right, because that was such a waste. What would be the point of that?
No, it wouldn't help either one of them.
I was stunned too. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? What happened with this Riddle thing? Yeah, nothing happened. I'm like, but that's okay because it was bullshit anyways.
Yeah.
It's freaking 2001 A Space Odyssey where Hal's like, this conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
Yeah.
Right. It's like this match serves no purpose.
Yeah. It didn't help anyone.
Seth Rollins is the only one of the best villains they got. Riddle is like so over. Even I'm pumped up for him. I thought he was trash when I first laid my first eyes on him. Like, this guy sucks. And now I'm like, I kind of like Riddle. This guy's awesome. So he won me over. I'm like the worst person ever to win over. Because if I think someone's like not interested, it's over. Like, it's like, for example, like the Usos, can't do it. I cannot get into them. I'm trying my best. I can't. I'm just like, no, don't care. Fast forward.
It's tough because they've tried so hard, but to me, it's just they're a B-list couple guys. Like, they're talented. They are good on the mic. They're, they got catchphrases and that, but I'm the same way. I'm like, when I see their matches, I'm like, probably fast forward. Like, I watched the Seth Rollins Montez Ford match last night, and that was awesome. That was terrific. But when the Usos were fighting the Mysterios, I fast forwarded to when Edge speared Dom. That's it.
I literally, yeah. The Mysterios, I really like, the Mysterios, but it's just like their fast forward time.
They're fast forward.
It's so, and then look, I remember we made this for our buddy Joe. I don't think Joe's on here yet, but he'll eventually, we made that for him. Like literally, I'm like, they need to do something with these people.
Well,
and they keep losing.
Dominic needed to turn heel and join the Judgment Day, like a while ago, like right off the bat. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Ciampa, the guy's sitting around. He's the Mrs.
Whatever he is, I don't know what he is. He's just there.
And then like, now he's going to challenge for the U.S. belt. Why? Because the guy is a mega physique.
Yeah.
And he matches up well with Lashley. And you have the addition of the Miz on the back outside to do rubbish. So I'm like, that's how you do it.
I mean, I gotta tell you. So I'm watching. I'm okay. Well, when we get to the match, we'll talk about. Okay. So that was just SummerSlam generic stuff. So we had Becky versus Bianca. You know what I really like about SummerSlam? I'm so happy that Bianca and Becky had the first match because I really like when it's daytime. It just makes it like my wife doesn't watch any of this stuff, but it's on while she's doing, she's reading or she's playing a game or something. And she looked up and she's like, "Oh, what the hell's going on?" She's like, "This looks different." I'm like, "Yeah, it's the daytime as you see the sunlight." She's like, "Oh my God, this looks so interesting." I'm like, "It just looks good."
Yeah.
Plus Becky's outfit was awesome as usual.
And
I hope I like the man, of course, but I kind of want these outfits to remain because I like this. I don't even know what it is, this futuristic look for her, but
yeah, it's just outrageous, Becky.
Yeah, I like that. But I thought the match was freaking awesome.
Match was really good. Told really well. A bunch of reversals.
Yeah.
I did know that Becky hurt herself.
Me neither.
I knew it. I saw her take the glam slam wrong.
You saw it, eh? I couldn't tell.
It's just how she sort of turned. Like she took it on the shoulder instead of taking it. The whole thing with bumps, and Mick Foley said this, is take it over as many different spots as don't concentrate on one area, then you can't get hurt.
Right. Okay.
That's how he said you take the tacks, you take the nail, you take everything over as much of your body as you can.
Right.
Right?
Because if it's one point, that's the point that'll get injured versus you're spreading it out.
Right.
It's like the bed of nails.
Yeah. No one point takes more exertion than the other.
Right.
But I saw she took it weird because she was holding her arm during the match.
Right.
I saw her favoring it, and I went, "Oh shit, she just hurt herself."
But the thing is, it's like I couldn't tell if it's the. At first, I didn't notice that she took it wrong, so that I did not notice anyway.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, is it a match? Like the thing is, it's like they do these fake injuries during the match, like these kayfabe injuries, and it's like, oh, and then you're like, well, was that real or not? And then even after it was over, you're like, well, is this real or I don't know.
It's because Becky always sells everything as if it's real. But I could tell she took that glam slam, and I remember I paused. I'm like, that didn't look right.
Right.
Something just did not look right. You can always tell. It's like frigging Theory. He never takes the F5 correctly. He lands on his feet. You can see it. I hate that.
Right.
But I just knew, like, she took the glam slam wrong. It was just a really bad.
I wonder if they have that as a. Let's see if they have that as a.
It was a real bad take.
Let's see. SummerSlam 2022. Becky injured. I wonder if they have like a GIF of it or something. No, you can't really tell. There isn't any, like, nobody's nobody's like posted a thing of it. I had this, so there's like this is like some of I got this one picture from the match. But I mean, Becky's costume kept getting in the way. The knee pads got all weird, and I hate that. Always bugs me when like a knee pad is off or something, and I'm like, oh. And she tied it up a bit.
I hate that. Yeah, she started playing with her wardrobe a bit too. It was a really solid match, well told. You know, I think the one thing that they could have done that would have tied it in better is to have Becky go for the manhandle slam, hit it, and try and do 26 seconds again like last time, and Bianca kicks out.
Right.
And I don't like kicking out finishers unless it's done right away. Because, again, it goes with the video game mentality, which you got to wear them down and then use the finisher.
Right. Well, I thought it was an amazing match. Bianca won, and they did the handshake at the end, and then I was like, oh, something's going to happen. And then Bayley comes out with Control is the name of and it's Io Sky and Dakota Kai, which I wish they'd had different names because it's like I can already tell I'm going to mess those names up.
So I think.
Yeah.
So the WWE screwed up Io Sky because her NXT name was Io Shirai, and the Titantron showed Io Shirai.
Yes.
And I think Michael Cole or one of them said, or one of the guys on commentary said, oh, it's Io Shirai. And then Corey Graves said, no, it's Io Sky.
Yeah. I saw Shirai on the Titantron because I was trying to write their names down.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, is that the name? And then the guy said Sky. I was like, oh, and I'm like, well, maybe I missed something. Because they showed it for half a second, then they panned, and I was like, did I miss something? I'm like, okay, so I went with Sky, and I'm like, okay, that's something's weird.
I didn't. Apparently, WWE has now insisted you cannot use your real name in any parts of your ring name. That's why Austin Theory is now Theory.
Why is that?
And the reason for that is because they don't want you being able to go to another promotion and be able to use your name that you got notoriety for in WWE to help another promotion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But I guess Alexis is Alexa, so that's not technically
right. It's close.
It's close though.
Yeah.
Oh so my God.
I think that's why she's now Io Sky. Wish they'd pick something else. Bayley as a faction leader is brilliant.
Yeah.
Dakota Kai, when she came back, I was super pumped because I had no idea why they released her. Hey, Charlie. I have no idea why.
Action movies and horror movies. Link to description is in the description of this video. Go for it. Sorry, Steve.
And he's also on Wednesday nights.
He'll be on tomorrow night talking about The Running Man.
Yeah.
Voted as one of the greatest films of all time, above Titanic and above Endgame.
By us.
Well, I do like it better than Endgame and Titanic. So
yeah, there you go.
I don't know if I like it better than Infinity War, but I've seen it more than Infinity War because Infinity War is a lot longer.
Yeah, hell yeah. Dakota Kai, I don't know why they released her in April. That was a fail to me because she was one of the big names down there. So having her in that faction was good. I found Io Sky, part of it weird because she was a big face down in NXT, and she came out and I don't know if she's suited to heel work. We'll talk about Raw.
Yeah.
But when she came out, I'm like, this might be the one person who they get rid of when they realize, oh, she's not a good fit in a heel faction.
Right.
But them coming out was great. Becky standing with Bianca really excited me. Like, I'm like, if it's a 3-on-2 thing, that with those two, that is
so this is happening, and I'm sitting there saying, I can't believe our Raw is going to be the goddamn great because you start doing the math. You're like, okay, well, the next Raw is going to be bullshit because they have to introduce these people, so nothing's going to happen, right? Then the Raw after that, they might have a match or attack some people backstage. Because we got 3 Raws. It's like it was yesterday's. Then there's the next one and the next one.
Yeah.
And then it's ours.
Yep.
So 2 more Raws, then our Raw, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so the Raw after SummerSlam is a bullshit one. That's just explaining everything that happened last time and whatever. Then the next one's going to be that faction, beating up people backstage or some horse shit, right? Then the next one, they'll have like one person do something, or you know what I mean? And then the next one will be like, okay, this is where the story is like really getting into it.
Yeah.
And I thought ours will be like perfectly timed. And then it's like, no, Becky. I'm like, oh my God. This cannot be happening. After I'm like, yes, new female faction. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be like, it's going to be, because we still had Alexa Bliss and Asuka, plus those 3, plus Becky and Bianca. I'm like, oh my God, there's going to be like at least 3 matches by the time the story catches up, because then they're going to do a tag match. You know what I mean? Like I was like, this is going to be the goddamn best Raw of all time. And I'm like, you know what? Cody's not there, which sucks. That's a letdown. We lost Liv, but we got these other people. I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, Becky's gone. I'm like, oh my God. So we're still going to have Alexa and Bianca and Asuka versus the other 3. And it'll be some form of that. So that's awesome. But I'm like, oh my God. Like, because if we had Becky, we would have then had Alexa and Asuka do other things.
Yeah.
Like it would have been two stories going at the same time.
At least.
And I'm hearing now about Naomi and thing might maybe come back now because Triple H is there.
I'm telling you, as soon as Triple H came out, came as creative director and Vince retired. I'm like, Sasha Banks is on the phone to her agent right now.
Yeah,
it's
Triple H. Listen, everyone is saying thank you, Triple H.
Yep.
On all the Twitter and all that.
Yeah.
Because this SummerSlam was fucking crazy.
Oh, it was. Like this SummerSlam was smartly booked.
Yeah.
Like it was smart. There's very little to complain about.
Yeah, I really don't have anything.
The Ronda Liv match, it was short, but it made sense.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into that one then anyways. Well, Rhea Ripley came out quickly with Judgment Day. She's now the Eradicator, I guess.
Yeah, she's the Eradicator.
Which I do like. And we knew Edge was going to be there. So, I mean, we kind of talked about we could talk more about that, sort of, if we need to. But let's talk about Liv and
Ronda. Talk about a bit on Raw.
Yeah. Liv and Ronda. So, Ronda came out. Ronda's got amazing kicks. I mean, I know she did jiu-jitsu and stuff. But, like, when she's kicking Liv, you're like, holy shit, she kicked her, like, into the next decade here. I love the armbar. She kept getting out of the armbar. Yeah. And the way that they did this, hey, Joe, thanks for dropping in, buddy. I'm sad, man. Becky's not going to be at our Raw. I'm so upset. Steve had to talk me off the ledge. Yeah, I live on the 22nd floor, so I was like on the ledge. And
there is an actual ledge with him.
There is a ledge. There actually is a ledge. Yeah, I was on the ledge. Steve's like, no, it's okay. Bianca will be there. I'm like, yeah, but she's like my 3rd pick now. It's like all my, like.
And that's right. But she's still top 5.
Even if, even if Becky just showed up with her arm in the sling and said something, I'd be good enough with that. Even if she came out and talked or whatever. I would have been like satisfied if this Raw was our Raw. At least she had come out,
Yeah.
But I think the ending of the Ronda Liv was bloody beautiful.
Genius.
As soon as that was the point where I'm like, all right, Triple H, you know what you're doing. Because Liv has gotten super popular. People are just pumped up for her because she's kind of cool. You like her. She's very sweet. She's nice. And you're like, yeah, I kind of want her to win. But like, it's like, she can't beat Ronda. Like Ronda will destroy this person. But how do you do it in a smart way? Well, she did tap. And I'm watching, I'm like, wait, what's going on? I'm like, oh, this is great. Because it's like 1, 2, 3. It's like, but she tapped. It's like, no, she didn't. And you're like, oh my God, this is
didn't see it.
And then from one angle, you can't see it. And then from the other angle, you can because she tapped frontwards.
Yeah.
Not side. She didn't tap on the side. She tapped in the front. So it's like from that angle, you clearly see that she tapped. Oh, that was genius.
It was genius. It's the best way to turn Ronda heel because it's not just her turning heel because
Right.
She's frustrated. She's pissed off. She's like, I won the match. What the hell? I'm better than this person. Why am I not beating this person? She loses it on Liv. She loses it on the referee. I'm like, yes, this is how you turn Ronda heel. Not because the fans just got tired of her and started booing her randomly. It's because of the story.
And it led up so perfectly. So Triple H came in and he's like, well, we already have a thing where it's like Liv just won because of the Money in the Bank. She cashed in and kind of screwed the whole thing around, right? And then Ronda's like, okay, you caught me off guard. You got me. I was weak, but okay, you got me. Well, I'm going to destroy you at the next pay-per-view. And then it's like, I did destroy you. You tapped. It's like, oh, but I was pinned or whatever. It's like, no, I was literally holding your arm. Like that's how it happened to be. Your shoulders were down. And she's like, you know what? F this. Like this is bullshit, right? And she did tap before the 3 count.
She did.
I mean, that was just done so beautifully.
It was genius how it was done. It was a short match, which is believable.
Yep.
Ronda dominated the match. It was everything. If you're like, okay, I'm going to have Liv versus Ronda. Liv needs to keep the belt. You can't write it much better.
Right. Let's see what Joe's saying. The only problem with the ending was the camera shot where Liv was smiling outside of the ring. It sort of makes Morgan heelish. Yeah, a little bit. But you know what? She's like, listen, I'm happy. I won. I interpreted that as, look, she's happy. She won. It's like, hey, it is what it is, man. I pinned you. What are you going to do about it? And then Ronda freaking snapped. I like the heels better. I like when the women are heels. I don't know why. It just makes me more pumped up for them. But man, she freaking like just snapped. And it's believable too, because Ronda is, the baddest woman. She's intense. She's, like she's all about like fighting the good fight. And it's like, I fought the good fight and I still lost. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
And that was a good way to do it.
Yeah. It was perfect.
Yeah. That was the point where I knew, I'm like, okay, Triple H definitely knows what's going on. Because if someone said to me, okay, Liv's going to have to win, I'm like, okay, well, she can't pin Ronda clean. Like, what am I going to do? I don't think I would have thought of that angle. I think I would have thought of Bailey interferes or something, and that would have been, okay, there's interference. But the way this was done was brilliant, because I don't think I would have thought of doing it this way. And if I didn't think of it and you did, that means you're doing a good job, because you have to outthink the fans. The fans are not dumb.
No.
Right? Like, you're sitting there like, oh, well, here's another interference thing. Oh, it's going to be a count out or some bullshit, right? It's like, no, Liv tapped, but she lost anyway, or she won anyway. You're like, how's that work, right? So, and the way that they did the armbar, because it's like, it was so weird. Like, it's like she's like this.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, oh, I got you. And it's like, yeah, but your shoulders are down. And you're like, oh, yeah, shit, the shoulders. I was like, 1, 2, 3. It looks like a pin. From the other angle, it's definitely a pin.
Yeah.
I don't know. Brilliant. It was genius. I'm buying this on DVD. I only buy WrestleManias. But I'm going to get this one, I think, because I was just like, this is worth having.
Well, I mean,
this is and the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns thing was insane.
Did you see? So it was half a table. Brock Lesnar picked him up and spine busted him.
Yeah. In the hat,
destroyed the support. I'm like, and that's metal. That's not wood. I'm like, Brock Lesnar does not care about your life.
Brock Lesnar picked him up. And then they buried him under a rubble. Okay. I'm like, this is the most insane thing ever. He has a crane and he lifts up the ring. And Roman Reigns
goes out.
Well, first he put him in the crane. I'm like, the announcer's like, this is insanity. It's like, I don't know what is happening here. And then he looks up the ring. It's like boom, boom, boom. I'm like, okay. And then they destroyed Brock Lesnar, and they buried Brock Lesnar under things.
Well, when Paul Heyman goes up to to Brock Lesnar, and he's like poking him. He's like, "Oh, you suck!" And all. It's like,
what are you doing?
Brock Lesnar picks him up and literally just dumps him through a table. I was crying. Whenever
he
Paul
was like,
Heyman
take
gets-
the belts. Okay, you won. Just stop it. Stop this madness. It's like, okay. It's like Paul Heyman's like the audience. Like, okay, you won. Like, Jesus Christ. We didn't think it was going to be this great. Here, if you want the goddamn belts, just take them.
At one point, there was
And
like
it's
six,
oh my God.
there was like 6 dead bodies lying outside the ring.
And then Austin Theory came out. He just got a Theory. It's Theory. Smash. Oh. And Theory's dead. They murdered Theory. And it's like, who are you? Why are you here? And Roman Reigns is like, what's this guy doing here?
Literally, it was like carnage. It was like dead bodies everywhere.
Oh, for Christ's
sake.
sake.
Like the Usos were lying there for like 16 minutes or something. I was like, what happened?
Yeah, I lost track where people were. I'm like, don't throw anyone over there. Theory's dead on this side. Firstly, half of the ring has been collapsed.
It's just...
And then there's like bodies on one side. Paul Heyman is dead through a table on this side. And then on this side, Theory is out. It's Theory. Smash.
And Michael
he didn't even cash it in because he was trying to cash it in. He got beat up before he even got. So I don't think he cashed it in, did he?
He didn't cash in. He didn't use the suitcase to hit him. He couldn't cash it in because they grabbed it and hit him with it. And Michael Cole, first of all, he was beeped because he said the guy, I don't know, he's got a goddamn tractor. But then he's like, referee, count faster.
I do want to see, I'm excited for Ronda being a heel.
Yeah, I this is better than her first heel turn because this is now meant to be a heel turn. It's not just people don't like her random heel turn.
It's like boop boop boop.
Yeah,
boop. You're like,
I was crying in the last 10 minutes. I think I was literally like seeing it through a film of tears because I was laughing so hard.
I was dying. I'm like, this is the most outrageous thing ever. And Paul Heyman's like, okay, just take the belts. Like,
you won, okay?
You won.
And then he picks him up and drops him through a table. And you know Paul Heyman's going to be dead after that.
Yeah, he's dead. And then I love Theory running out. I'm cashing it. Smash. Why did you come in this match?
No one in their right mind goes near there right now.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns walking around, killing each other. You let them kill each other.
Oh, and then they're burying him. They're like, okay, throw a chair on top and then put a table on top of that. It's like, well, Brock Lesnar physically can't get up in time.
He's covered with everything in the arena.
Oh
yeah.
God.
It was absolute. As soon as he came off a tractor, I'm like, what is going on?
Oh my God.
I literally could not stop laughing. When Theory showed up, I'm like, this is like one of those Tony Jaa movies where guys keep running into the room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you not see the 18 other guys lying on the ground dead? Like, why are you running towards this? You should be running in the opposite direction.
Yeah. So, I mean, and people kept saying, oh, it's Brock and Reigns again. Da, da, da. But as Joe said, if this was the completed thing, then this was done in a really good way.
I think it has to be it.
Yeah.
I don't think you do it again because everyone's seen it. Like, how do you top this match? This was by far the craziest ass match I've seen in a long time. Like, Brock Lesnar picked up Roman Reigns and literally spine busted him through half a table. Like, the table is like this.
Yeah.
That man's back caused that. These guys killed each other. There's nothing left.
He's picking up bits of the table. It's like it's busted in half and he picks up bits of it. He's like, oh, and it's like he's smashing him more with it. I don't know.
This match was genius.
Yeah. Whew. All right. Let's talk about last night's Raw. So Becky came out in the cast, which sucked. So I was really sad over that. separated shoulder, and she said
Very
the man
happy
will.
with the crowd reaction.
Oh,
She got emotional.
Yeah. And she posted a thing saying the man will be back again or whatever, so she'll be back going to the man. But I want her to keep those crazy outfits. I like that weird thing that she has or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it was last night was the acknowledgement.
I know. I know. That Money in the Bank briefcase is destroyed.
That thing is dented. It's actually warped now because it's been used to hit so many people.
Theory coming in and getting immediately destroyed. I want to cash this in Smash.
Why have you not been watching this match so far? This is not the time to cash in.
Yeah,
you see the ring?
Should have just been like, I'm just gonna sit over here.
Did you see the ring? The ring was like this. It was like raised. It was destroyed.
It's like when you bought the ring. It's like when you bought like a cheap ring or whatever, and someone busted it. And you're like, this looks like a broken toy. Like it's outrageous. Now Becky has nothing. No, I don't know, Joe. Stop it. No, I want the crazy outfits, man.
He wants to.
I want the David Bowie outfits.
You know, in all honesty, the Becky Lynch heel turn could not last. Becky Lynch is one of the most popular performers, definitely now, possibly of all time.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites of all time for me.
No one was buying the heel turn. She rarely got booed.
She didn't get booed anyways. People liked her anyways.
Yeah, it's like she's so respected and so loved by the fans. It was inevitable. I'm glad they did it a year. They let her have a heel turn for a year, and now it's like, okay, back to basics, back to the man and Big Time Beck. This version of Big Time Becks. Yeah. I think the faction coming out, attacking her in the back was brilliant.
That was good.
That needed to take place. They're building up that faction, which is what you need because you got two performers on there who've never been on the main roster. So you need to sort of highlight them. I'll talk a bit about the Sky match when we Sky Belair match.
So they're saying we're taking control or whatever. So
they're
called
the control. Okay, cool.
Attacking Becky's great because we know it's a legit injury. She's going to be out anyways, and if she's going to go out, may as well pump this other team up. Yep. That's Becky Lynch being a trooper, as she always is. She's about making the storylines good. She's about the business, which is why everyone likes her. I did see a few people, like she posted saying, I'll be back, and some guy says, take as long as you want, or people being dicks, like saying, I hope you don't come back or something. I'm like, you guys are stupid. I don't like these moronic fans where it's like, this is a human being who actually got injured for your entertainment, you dumbass.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's like she's not her character in real life, idiot.
Well, it's the same idiots who probably do the what chance at the whenever.
Those are irritating too. But
if that happens during our Raw, I'm not going to be happy.
Well, I'm not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna partake in that.
No.
So that was great to have them beat her up a bit more to be like, okay, like we're really bastards. So then it was Alexa. Well, it was Alexa. It was supposed to be Alexa versus Asuka, right?
And you know what's hilarious?
Yeah.
The match was actually pretty good before the run-in.
I was thinking that too, yeah.
I'm sitting there thinking, this is a match I would pay for on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, this is a good match, yeah. Control comes out, shenanigans, and then Bianca.
Yeah, the control thing was a little weak. It was to make sure there's 3-on-3. There was no real need for them to go out and do that, though I guess you could say they're beating up all the women.
Yeah, I'm okay with that because I want like an NWO-ish
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, like exactly, and it's good because see, Triple H already has done something genius because everyone knows Bayley, so she's set. Like we know Bayley, everyone, she's good. That's done. And then we got these two other people who's like, well, who are these people? Perfect. Put them with some. This was like Judgment Day, but the right thing to do. Like, this is already better than Judgment Day in 1 second. It's like Bayley comes out established We got these two jabronis. They come in and they're just better because they're with her. And she's like, I brought, enforcements and all that, reinforcements and everything. And then they just beat everybody up like, perfect. This is perfect. And now you've got these three who are a faction and they're going to run things for a while. And that's just perfectly done. I mean, this is Triple H just taking over. We even said, we were speculating how fast will it be till Triple H starts making changes. And it was like,
you start right away.
We start right away.
Yeah.
He basically canceled all the shitty storylines. The women's division in fucking one pay-per-view and one Raw has already leveled up. That's why I was so high on Saturday. I'm like, I can't believe it. We got a new faction who's kicking the shit out of everybody. If it's Bianca and Becky teaming up to fight, I'm like, this is freaking a 10 out of 10. I'm like, this is going to be the best Raw ever. And then Becky got injured, which sucks. So now they'll have Alexa or Asuka with Bianca,
or
maybe
both.
Alexa, and they'll do something with that. But I'd really like now to possibly, maybe instead of, because Alexa doesn't need this, right? I would maybe like to see Alexa do something else and put someone else with Bianca who needs a better push. I don't know who's on there. I want to control the plate. Jack's control. Yeah, I don't think so. That's probably they do have legit singers now doing, but like I don't know what the price tag would be for something like that. Probably be expensive.
So the match was
so basically then it was Bianca versus Io Sky.
Right. So here's the thing. I think even the commentators start to talk about this. By the way, I meant to say props to Joe for calling Ronda's heel turn. He said Ronda would destroy her and turn heel.
Yes, Joe did say that.
He was half right, but the part he was about right to me is more important than her destroying.
Well, Ronda was going to win that match.
Yeah.
Like if wrestling was real,
she would have won the match.
Real thing, she would have for sure won.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. So it's like it for sure would have. She for sure would have won. Right. So Joe was right on that. And the way this was all done was perfectly heel turn. I'm good with Ronda as a heel.
Yeah.
I would I would personally like Ronda to maybe just tone up a little bit more, because like the Ronda that I'm used to from all the other stuff, like she was like a tight body, and now she's like Becky came back slimmer and more toned than before, right? And I mean, maybe a little bit too toned, but I like her both ways. But Ronda still looks good, but like she needs to just tone up a little bit just to because like you look at someone like Bianca or you look at somebody like Charlotte or Raquel or any of these, you're like, holy shit, these women are really tough, and Ronda can be tough too. So I like to see that out of Ronda, but Ronda as a heel is way better for me. Just have her be a badass, and she's like, I'm not your friend. I'm not with you. I'm just kicking the shit out of people. And I like that idea. I like Roddy Piper even. I like Roddy Piper as a villain. I like him, and she's kind of following his thing. I like, and I really like the black with the short skirt, the short kilt, black and the black plaid kilt. I really like that a lot. I think that's a perfect look for her. They should do a figure of that, and I would get that figure.
But Io Sky versus Bianca.
Yep.
I think even the announcers mentioned she wasn't doing really the high flying shit.
Right. I was thinking about that because I don't know this person, so they kept saying high flyer, high flyer. I'm like, well, when are we going to see any of that? We didn't really see any of that.
Yeah, I was actually a bit disappointed in Io Sky's performance because she got a couple of good shots in, but it just for the length of the match, she needed to do more.
Yeah.
Bailey and Dakota Kai jumping up on the apron to stop Bianca from throwing Io Sky back in the ring was kind of genius.
That was good.
The match ended how it needed to, which you can't have Bianca go over on this heel you're pumping up, but you can't have her go over on Bianca because that's just ridiculous. So it ended how it needed to. I think mission's accomplished. We'll see how it goes. Right. Because now that they're building this, I'm questioning, are they going to start building it? Like, is it going to stay to 3? Are they going to add? Are they going to like kick someone out and put someone else in? Like, there's a lot of things that can go in there, but I am excited because we have needed a top heel faction for the women's division for a long, long time.
Yeah. And I like the way too that you're right. That's why I was saying, like, I started doing the math in my head. I'm like, this Raw is going to be a bullshit one because they have to establish these people. So they'll beat up somebody, have a match, whatever. Next week, they'll beat up someone else. They'll beat up Alexa, and then they'll have a match. It'll be like, Dakota versus Alexa or something. And the week after, they'll beat up Asuka, and it'll be someone versus, you know what I mean? And then our Raw will be the one where it'll be everyone at once or whatever, or something like that. And I thought, like, I started doing the math on how that's going to play out. And that's why I thought this would be great with Becky there. But I guess it's weird with Asuka being there because I don't know, even Alexa, I'm not sure who else you could use. Like, who else is on Raw that we've got that we could use? Like,
let's just see.
Let's see. WWE roster. I was just looking at one the other day. SmackDown Hotel. Let me see superstars. I had one up the other day where I was trying to figure this out. Yeah, I don't like the official. I actually don't like the official site the way they do it.
Okay, so the Raw roster right now is Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Bayley,
Becky, Bianca, Carmella, Dakota, Dana Brooke, Doudrop, Io Sky, Nikki,
Queen Zelina, Rhea Ripley, Tamina.
Queen Zelina Ripley.
You can't do it.
Who's Sarah Schreiber?
She's an announcer. She's
the announcer. Okay. Oh, she's the announcer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Tamina. Yeah, Sonya Deville. So yeah, there's really nobody else that can.
Unless you either call someone from NXT or bring someone over from SmackDown.
Unless someone else comes back and is as a face, like
Charlotte.
Yeah, maybe Charlotte. I'm assuming now that J-Man, hello,
J-Man.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
The same thing. Double C. I was like, I'm like, she's going to kill herself.
I saw some good photos of Bianca in black, like what she is here. I think the black outfit with black lipstick to me looks the coolest.
Yeah,
I know she likes her purpley costumes and all that, which is fine. But she looks the best with the black or whatever. But yeah, I think so. Whatever they were going to do with Becky, they're going to probably do with Alexa. I guess
Alexa's the only one who matches her in popularity.
Yeah, she's the only one that can. Yeah, there's no one else you got. They're gonna have to go with her.
Yeah, and Asuka is third.
Yeah, and Asuka really doesn't even need. And neither does Alexa. Really, it could almost be Bianca on her own, but it'd be nice to have her with someone.
You have to give her someone just because then it would just be too much. Well, she did beat 3 women at once, so if anyone. They would try it with Bianca, but I don't think Triple H would book in the same manner as Vince, right?
So God. Bianca's going to have to. I mean, she's not like obviously Bianca's not going anywhere. She's staying as champ now for a long time because unless you think Bayley's going to take it from her, Bayley will take it from her with interference. You think? Mm-hmm. And then Bianca's gonna have to climb the road again. So Bayley will take it from her at the next pay-per-view or the pay-per-view after.
It depends. I still not convinced that we don't have an Alexa Bliss heel turn at some point. Because I think that Alexa wants the belt. I think it's a triple threat between Alexa, Bianca, and Bayley. And I think Bayley wins a triple threat. That's my call. That's how I would do it anyway.
Yeah, because Becky's going to be gone now for a while.
Yeah.
It's like 2 or 3 months or something, or what do they say? I think it's like 3 months or something.
The fact is that wrestling, especially WWE, is at its best when a heel has the belt.
Yeah.
Because then you're cheering for someone to take it off him. Like when Cody comes back and takes the belt off Roman, whenever the hell that is, the place is going to go absolutely ape shit.
Joe, I'm all for the Bayley's heel group. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good call. I thought that too.
That's a good call.
I like a small person and then a big person. It was actually supposed to be, the original faction was supposed to be, this is back in April, it was supposed to be Bayley with Raquel and Kaylee Ray, who is a perfect heel. She was the NXT UK champion. She's got resting bitch face all over the face. She's a face down in NXT, and I don't buy it. And she is a very crafty ring person. She is great. So you have Bayley, Raquel, and Kaylee Ray. That would have been a fucking awesome.
What's her name? Kaylee.
K-A-Y Lee, Lee, Ray, R-A-Y. She's now got a new name down in NXT.
Let's share my screen. This is her, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Like, get the picture and the darker picture if you go up.
Oh, like this? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Like, that screams heel to me.
Yep.
You have her with Raquel, not smiling Raquel, just Raquel, like scary as hell Raquel, and Bayley, and that is an awesome faction. Of course, Vince shot it down because Vince has no longer got any marbles left in his head.
Right.
But think of that.
Is that like not searching? I've never seen this happen. Why is that not searching on there? There you go. I like if there's a better picture of her in
the tartan skirt.
Yeah. She looked much better before.
Yep.
But yeah, so, and what was the other one? Oh, Raquel, yeah. But you needed to have Raquel in there's like a better picture of her where she's not, like, her hair was darker.
Yeah.
You almost need, like, you want the villains to have like a more darker
appearance.
Yeah, like this or something.
Yeah.
Is this her? Is that Raquel Rodriguez?
Apparently.
Yeah, so, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's
like the one on the far right is perfect heel Raquel, in my opinion. Her hair's done up. If you go down,
like this
one on where she's holding the belt.
Yeah,
like that's perfect Raquel.
Right. Yeah, heel. Yeah. Like here, it's like she's on smiling and everything's fun. And oh, look, I'm on SmackDown! Yay!
Yeah, I
like this does not look like a heel.
The posing has to be like a Mr. Wonderful posing.
Right.
It's arrogance as opposed to like happiness.
So what was the IO Sky? Yeah, so this is the new.
She's just not a heel to me. She came out, she's all smiling and he. It's like you're not.
What was her name before?
Io Shirai. So Io. So the first name is Io. And then SHIRAI.
Okay, this is her in NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah, NXT.
To me, she's not a heel.
Right.
She's too bubbly and whatnot.
Right.
Well, she's been out since, oh God, look at that. He's a big man.
Yeah, she's too kawaii, like she's too cute to be like a threatening villain or whatever.
I don't buy it. Dakota Kai, I buy 100%.
Yeah, she does look like a villain or whatever.
Like
this, yeah, she looks like a bitch or whatever.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like it's put Rhea Ripley with those two, I buy it a lot more. And then you have the bigger, stronger brute of the team. Because Judgment Day doesn't. What is she doing in Judgment Day? She's watching Edge spear everyone.
I know.
Like it's pointless.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I like that was a great idea. But he kept Bailey on the bench. He fired Dakota, and Io was also, she got hurt and she wasn't coming back. Her contract was up. She's like, I'm not coming back unless I'm on the main roster. She came from Japan to be here. She's like, I didn't come here to be on NXT.
Right.
So they promoted her. You can see the Triple H influence already. Ciampa is now fighting for the US belt. Ciampa was nowhere.com. He was residing at nowhere.com. That was his actual URL, was nowhere.com. I swear to you. Big ripped bald.
This guy's insane.
Yeah, big ripped bald guy. It's like, yeah, we don't want him out there.
Like, look at this crazy guy.
Yeah. He's like a G.I. Joe figure.
Yeah, he is a G.I. Joe figure. Oh my God, there's the figure of him. Speaking of,
so
did you see the Shotzi figure?
No.
Oh, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I know. I just saw this the other day. I'm like, that's
really good.
That's actually really good. I'm not saying anyone's gonna buy it or not, but like, it's a pretty interesting figure.
There's her pop.
No, it's not. It's a custom. It's fake.
Oh, it's custom.
You can tell by the eyes. They never do eyes like that.
That's true.
What the hell? But yeah.
So
go ahead.
Rhea Ripley, just to follow up. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that. Edge came out and he's like, well, I was an asshole. And I'm like, what? You got, like, they beat you up and you're like, oh, I went wrong. Right. I don't get it. I would have actually liked for him to come back as a heel, just not a heel associated with them. I think Judgment Day is a rock that is sinking to the bottom of the ocean, and you can't save it. I think what you do is quietly get rid of it.
That's Steven. Joe, I don't know if you knew this, but you just hit upon Steven's favorite thing of all time.
Yeah.
He mentions this at least once every 6 months.
Yeah.
No matter even if we're not talking about wrestling, we're talking about something else, and he'll randomly throw that story in there.
Why is Stone Cold in the hospital dressed up as a doctor? And he just randomly beats up his patient. I'm like,
yep. It's like, this is crazy.
That and the 316 the 316 crapper is my all-time favorite.
Yes, those are your two favorites.
It is. It is. Like, it's just, I was crying because I'm like, when did he have time to brand a outhouse?
Right. Like, what? Yeah, exactly. That was weird. It's like, when did that happen? I want to show everybody this in case they're not aware. So I went onto the website the other day, and the whole Canadian link was gone. And it actually says this thing up here at the top. It says order history prior to July 19th will no longer be available. I had to create a new account. So our order, which is weird, and all of the things are gone. Like, they actually had, like, this is all they have now. They used to have way more shirts. She had like a shirt with like an anime character on it. Like, it's all gone. And check this out. Look, there's no what's it called?
The doll.
There's no Lily. Even the shirt that we bought is gone. And the Becky Lynch Funko is gone. And I actually bought that. So thank God I got that. Like all that's gone. It's like they've changed the whole store has changed. I wonder if Raquel is on here. No, they don't have anything. Let me look at Superstars. Oops. See, it's like they got rid of a bunch of stuff. Liv Morgan's different too. Raquel's not even on here. Like who else did we like? Look at like Asuka. It's like, oh, they still have the Funko Pop for her, but half the stuff that we bought is gone. What was the other thing? What else? Oh, you got? Oh no, yeah, what's her name is gone anyways. But like Alia has stuff, but Raquel doesn't. Isn't that weird?
Why did they do that?
I don't know. And let me see. Let me check Charlotte. Yeah, like see nothing. There's nothing. And Ronda just debuted a new shirt for sure because I remember her showing it off, and it's like it's gone. What are these things? Is this just a plaque? Okay, yeah, it's just a plaque.
I wonder if that's because of Canada, shipping to Canada or something.
So the way it used to work was that they had a Canadian division.
Okay.
So they charged me in Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
And shipped from there. I think that's all gone because I don't even have a Canadian link anymore. I can't even change
the currency.
I can't change the currency. So it's like, I don't know. That's really weird. Like all that stuff has been changed. Oh, who's the other guy we like? Let me check Cody. He had way more. Yeah, like you see this shirt, the first one? That was a t-shirt. Like not just a hoodie. Like look, you can only get it as a hoodie.
Maybe they'll have more stuff. Maybe they pulled some stuff after Vince left.
Yeah, they definitely pulled a shit ton of stuff because I had stuff. I was looking at stuff before. Who else is cool? DX, Dana Brooke. No, but I was thinking, what was else? Yeah, like freaking, they added Logan Paul. But no, Io Sky. What the hell? Like they already have like shirts. Montez Ford. No, who was I? Oh, let's see Lacey Evans. They had Lacey stuff. See, she's not even on here anymore. Lacey Evans, and she had a shirt. She literally have a shirt. It's gone now. And look, Rhea Ripley. I think the one that. Oh no, that one is still there. Yeah, Lacey Evans had merch. Oh, is that happening right now? Yeah. I think NXT's on right now.
Oh. Yeah. Female tag team champions on
on NXT.
On NXT.
Hey, I see myself live. Check out my awesome wallpaper, my awesome background.
Nice.
Oh, I made a custom notebook. I'll show you. Hold on. So when you go to the dollar store and you buy these like notebooks.
Yeah.
These Hilroy notebooks. So I always make custom ones. So like I take my notes. This is literally one of those. I just make my own cover and I glue it. So I made a new one for wrestling. That's my wrestling notebook.
Nice.
So I make my own. I literally make my own notebooks. I can't, and you can see a little bit of the green.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fit over that, but I'm like, I got to make my own notebook. So I actually make my own notebooks, and actually, you know what really sucks? I was gonna cut out. I had her glasses. It was gonna be about 1 meter long, the glasses, and then each letter I had cut out. I was going to have my design team at my day job cut it out for me in white, pasted over the black sunglasses, so it would have been a 3D effect. And then Beck's would have been in green, and I would have glued that on. It would I could replicate her logo out of corrugated. It would have been like a sign, like a 3-dimensional sign.
Right.
My wife came up with the idea. She's like, "Why don't you have your guys cut it out?" And then it's like, well, it doesn't matter now, so that sucks. But I might be able to do Bianca and just do the lips with the EST on the lips and have like the hair, but it'd be weird. But at Double C, I was beginning of the show. Yeah, still up to NWE Women's Tag Titles. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, NXT's right now. I don't watch NXT because there's just too much stuff to watch. Plus, you guys all know I do my other streams, so it's just too many things.
Yeah, I think you got to do the tag team tournament, and whoever's at the end, whoever wins, they'll hold the title, and out comes Sasha and Naomi.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not the real champions. We are.
It'd be great to get them out there, and then you could have Bayley's 2 people fight them for the tag belts.
Yep.
And then you could have like maybe Alexa, and then do something with Nikki and Doudrop. Like this is I think Triple H will do something because this guy seems like he's serious. Like he wants to get stuff done.
Well, he's the one who had all these like Becky and Charlotte and Bayley and Sasha. He had all of them in there, and he boosted that division up in NXT. All these wonderful talents who we're seeing now on the main roster, Raw and SmackDown, come from NXT, come from Triple H's show.
Right.
So yeah, like he definitely can do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think he's got Stephanie's support, so and you don't have Vince there anymore. Vince was dragging it down. Sorry, not sorry. Look at freaking Summerslam. That was a tremendous thing.
Yeah, let's see if we can pre-order it yet. Because you could pre-order Money in the Bank. Summerslam 2022. I can't pre-order it yet. You can pre-order it on Amazon.com, but not .ca.
Yeah, .ca sucks.
Yeah. But you could pre-order Money in the Bank, though. If
Okay.
you're so inclined to order Money in the Bank. But I don't think I'll get that, but I'll think about it. I have it in my cart in case it. The problem is the DVDs are still $25.
Yeah.
Because they don't make they don't make these much anymore.
No.
So
They weren't supposed to be doing them at all, so I'm just
Right.
I wonder if we're getting any of it.
So, but yeah, I mean, like, it is what it is. All right, so I think we're going to end off there. We're an hour and 20 minutes in. Wow, that's one of our longer ones. But there was Summerslam to talk about, so there's a lot going on. But yeah, so if you want your own custom cover, just print this out, and I have spray glue at work, so it's like literally looks like spray paint, but it's glue. It sprays glue out. So I just spray it on the glue, paste it on, and you got yourself a Becky Lynch notebook.
That's awesome, man.
So yeah, and don't be like me and screw up the first time and have to print it out and do another one. Didn't measure it out properly. And I've got Doctor Strange and I've got a Silver Surfer one as well. But like this is awesome. So this is what I've been using now for my notes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't do anything. Everything I have has to be customized. My buddy Skullman customized his pack of smokes. He had Skullman smokes. He actually had a thing made so he could slip it onto the cigarettes. I don't smoke, but when I do, I use Skullman's wraparound cover. Oh my God. All right, guys. So tomorrow, actually, check it out. We're talking about The Running Man. Come on. It's a classic. It's Schwarzenegger's my hero. I love The Running Man. We're going to discuss it. We're going to break it down. We're going to do a space theory on it. And we're going to really dive deep. So check that out tomorrow night on the Action Elite. The link is in the description of this video. Thursday night, Shaun and I talking about 90s comics. You know you love 90s comics, so it's going to be great. Join us then. And Saturday, we're going to talk about this garbage DCEU that we have. God, it's just a disaster. It's an embarrassing disaster. So, all right, guys. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.